Have you ever wished you could just hit a reset button on your brain, like you do with a frozen laptop or a glitchy phone? What if I told you? Your brain actually has its own version of a reboot button, and it's way more powerful than you think. Imagine your brain is a supercomputer. Not just any computer, but the kind that runs simulations of entire universes, cracks codes, and solves problems at lightning speed. That's your brain. But even the best supercomputers need to restart sometimes to clear memory, update programs, and run more efficiently. When your brain feels foggy, tired, distracted, or overwhelmed, it's usually not because something is wrong. It's just telling you, hey, I need a reboot. Now, here's the good news. You don't need fancy tools or futuristic tech to reboot your brain. In fact, you already have everything you need, built right in. You just need to know how to use it. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Your brain isn't built to run non-stop. Even though it's always technically on, it performs best when it gets downtime. But not just any downtime, strategic, intentional downtime, and no. Endlessly scrolling through social media doesn't count. That's like running a bunch of tabs in the background on your computer. It feels like rest, but it's actually burning more processing power. So what does count? First up, sleep. It might sound boring, but sleep is your brain's original reboot button. During sleep, especially deep sleep, your brain literally washes itself. It clears out waste, resets emotional centers, and strengthens the connections between neurons. It's like defragging your hard drive, cleaning up junk files, and installing crucial updates, all while you redreaming about weird flying tacos or your math teacher turning into a dragon. But sleep isn't the only way to reboot. There's also movement. When you move your body, especially in ways that get your heart pumping, like dancing, walking, or playing a sport, you're sending a signal to your brain that says, wake up, get sharp. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, delivers more oxygen, and releases chemicals like dopamine and endorphins that improve focus and mood. Even a 10-minute walk can be like hitting Ctrl-Alt-Delete on a sluggish mind. Then there's boredom. Yes, boredom. We've been taught to avoid it at all costs, but when your brain has nothing to do, it starts doing something amazing. It goes into what scientists call the default mode network. This is when your brain starts making connections between ideas, processing emotions, and solving problems in the background. Some of your best ideas will come when you're not trying to think at all, like in the shower, or staring at the ceiling, or lying on your bed just existing. But sometimes you need more than sleep or space. You need to reprogram how your brain thinks. That's where mindfulness comes in. Think of mindfulness like the task manager for your supercomputer brain. It lets you stop, notice what's running in the background, and shut down what you don't need. When you take even 5 minutes to sit still, breathe deeply, and notice your thoughts without getting pulled into them, you're training your brain to focus. You're teaching it not to crash when things get stressful. Meditation might sound mystical, but it's actually mental training. Elite athletes, CEOs, and even soldiers use it to stay calm under pressure. It is not about emptying your mind. It is about clearing clutter so the important stuff stands out. Now, let's talk about inputs. If your brain is a supercomputer, then what you feed it matters. Junk in, junk out. Constant negative news, arguments, or shallow content can fill your mental hard drive with distractions and stress. On the flip side, reading something inspiring, listening to music that makes you feel alive, or talking to someone who challenges you in a good way can be like downloading powerful new software. You become sharper, faster, better. And here's the secret sauce: doing hard things on purpose. Every time you try something new or difficult, your brain builds new neural pathways. It's like upgrading your internal processor. Yes, it's uncomfortable. That's the point. Growth feels like failure before it looks like success. But the more you push your limits, the stronger your brain becomes, like lifting weights for your mind. All of this might sound simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. Rebooting your brain takes practice. It takes paying attention. But the payoff? It's massive. You start waking up with energy. Your thinking becomes clearer. You get more done in less time. You handle stress like a pro. And most importantly, you feel like you again. So here's the challenge. Treat your brain like the supercomputer it is. Shut it down properly with real sleep. Run regular maintenance with exercise and stillness. Update it with better inputs. Let it idle so it can spark genius. And don't be afraid to hit that mental reset when everything feels like too much. Because when you learn how to reboot your brain, you don't just survive the day. You start taking control of your entire operating system. And that is when things really start to get interesting.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.